This is recording.
Okay.
Alright. Hey everybody, welcome. I'm going to be talking about bankruptcy today. My name is Tyler Tevendale. Now, bankruptcy is a major problem nowadays because not being able to pay your bills is a bad thing. But if you're not able to pay your bills, the government will do discharges, which is where they'll give you the ability to not have to pay people, which if you gave them money, they could just give you the ability to not have to pay them. So obviously you want to be careful who you lend your money to. Now, another problem with this is, say you get discharged from having to pay this big company their money back. Well, if that happens with a lot of their customers, they're going to go out of business. Then they're going to file for bankruptcy. If they're filing for bankruptcy, they're going to be discharged for other things, and it's like a vicious cycle of bankruptcy. Now, there's not the number of people that there are that actually filed bankruptcy in 2011 is 1,362,847 people, and this is actually people, because there's another number for the actual businesses that filed bankruptcy. And I got this information off of www.uscourts.gov. Now, another big number, not as big, but for our state alone of Virginia, the number was 32,700 people that filed bankruptcy in 2011 just by itself. That's a lot of people filing for bankruptcy. Now, if the government is discharging all these people, that means that there are millions, probably even billions of dollars that are not getting paid out to the companies that did their business. Now, that's going to hurt our economy, because if businesses are failing, then jobs are going to be disappearing. If jobs are disappearing, obviously prices are going to go up, because it's going to be harder to get the product. Now, with the people involved in this, the people that file bankruptcy, they might actually have budgets, they might not. But the ones that do have budgets, if they are filing for bankruptcy, they either did not plan their budget right by just not getting the necessary ingredients for your budget. Like in my last speech on how to make your budget, you had to calculate your income, get your main expenses, and then you also had to get the unusual expenses like medical bills that don't come every month. If you don't have all these key factors together, then you're going to end up inevitably failing if you have any trouble, which, well, I'm sure everybody does. Now, you can also, there are people that have made successful budgets that have still failed, because say they have major heart problems and they just have surgery after surgery after surgery. Even if they plan for most of these things, they're not going to be able to plan for something that extreme where they're paying maybe even $100,000, and not everybody makes that type of money. Now, for most people, besides the people that had to do major surgeries and other bills like that, the best way to get around this is to make a successful budget with the key ingredients that I've already said, which is to calculate your income, and then to put your month-to-month like basic bills like the power, rent, and then your unusual bills like the medical bills. If you got all that, most people will not go into bankruptcy. Now, I have proof of this through Art Robertson, a medical doctor, because he's got a lot of major bills through school, because he's been in school for over a decade. But since he planned his budget right and got ready for all of it, he had no trouble continuing to not file for bankruptcy. and just to keep paying his bills. He also said that a lot of his friends that made successful budgets didn't have the same problem. So that means that if you actually make a successful budget and follow my key ingredients, then you will most likely avoid bankruptcy except in the most extreme situations. So hopefully this will have persuaded you to consider making the budget, not only for the economy but also for yourself, because going through bankruptcy is not easy. Thank you. Have a good day.
Word.